get started. Let's get started on the mat, and we'll start with lying down on the mat. So you're lying on your back, and then have your palms face down towards the mat, and then your knees are straight. Make sure you're fully centered, and then your low back is also on the ground. Take a deep breath here. Now let's get started with cycling our legs. So lift your legs and then start to make cycling movements with your legs. Again, your back stays on the ground, and then make as big circles as you're comfortable with, but try not to lift your back. So you can make smaller circles if it's harder. You can make bigger circles if it's easier, but don't touch the ground with your leg when you're coming downwards. So we'll do about 10 cycling movements clockwise, and then 10 movements anti-clockwise. When you're done with those, lower down your legs. And now we'll get started with what's called 90-30 movement. So it's basically leg marches. So lift one leg, 90 degrees angle, knee remains straight. Lift the other leg about 30 degrees angle. Again, knees not bent. And then start doing the marches, alternating the legs 90 to 30 degrees. So we'll do about 10 of these as well. Now let's turn to our left side. So I'm coming into a pose which is called Vishnu pose. So basically, your palms are supporting, your left palm is supporting your head, and your elbow is on the ground. So first, we'll start making cycling movements facing sideways. So make sure your body is in one plane. So you're not leaning forward or back. And then we are making clockwise rotations with one leg, the leg that is on the top. And do about 10 of these clockwise. And then do about 10 anti-clockwise. Now, when you're done with that, we'll do leg raises. So again, being in one plane, start raising your right leg. Because I'm facing left side, my right leg is on the top. So bring it to about, as high as you can, about 90 degrees angle, keeping the knee straight. And we'll do about 10 of these. Keep your core engaged. When you're done with the 10 of these, then we'll do marches. So again, the leg goes forward. I'll actually face towards the camera so you can see. So you're lifting your right leg and bringing it forward, and then take it as back as you can. So you're basically marching with just one leg. So keeping the knee straight. Do about 10 of these. So the movement is coming from your right hip, and your core is engaged. So when you're done with this, lift your right leg about 45 degrees angle and then make small circles with it. So make 5 clockwise circles with it, and then make 5 anti-clockwise circles. and then lower your leg down. Now we'll do the same thing on the other side. Uh, I'll keep facing forward so you can see. So again, you're supporting your head with your hand, and then your body is in one plane, and then you're making cycling movements with one leg, which is the top leg, left leg in this case. Do about 10 clockwise movements. Now do about 10 anti-clockwise movements. When you're done with the 10 of these, let's do our leg raises. So raising the left leg to about 90 degrees angle. Again, try not to lean forward or back. Keeping the knee straight. As with any physical exercise, just listen to your body and adopt or adapt the range accordingly. If you can go all the way to 90 degrees, that's good. If you can only lift it till here, that's fine too. Just try not to have any pain. So don't stretch your body to that point where you start feeling any pain. And if there is any pain in any movement, just slowly back off and stop that movement. Now lift your left leg and make small circles. So make 5 clockwise circles and then make 5 anti-clockwise circles. And then lower down. Now again, we'll come back to our back. So coming to lying down on the back. And now we'll start making clockwise circles with the right leg. So 2 variations. Again, your palms are facing down and they're on the ground. You can keep your left knee bent or you can keep it on the ground. But lift your right leg and then keeping the knee straight, make as big circles as you can. So we're making clockwise circles, 10 of those. Your low back is on the ground and your core is engaged. Now make anti-clockwise circles. Now we'll do the same on the other side. So let's make clockwise circles with the left leg. And then make anti-clockwise circles. When you're done, just briefly rest for a bit to notice the circulation in your legs and slowly come to a seated position. I'll adjust my front a little bit. Now we'll do what's called Chakti Chalanasana or churning the mill. I can face forward or sideways if that's easier to see. So you'll spread your legs apart, as far apart as you can. And then when you're seated, have your fingers wrapped, interlaced with each other, and then have your elbows straight. So try not to bend your back. So you're sitting straight and you have to bend forward, taking your interlaced fingers as far towards the left toe as you can. So again, keeping the elbow straight, and you'll start churning the mill uh, in an old-fashioned way, how they used to, um, grind the grains. Um, so you're making the movement from your waist, and then reach out, make as big circles as you can. We'll do about 5 to 6, or if you feel like doing more, you can do more of these. It massages the internal organs. And now when you're done, start moving in the other direction or the counterclockwise direction. So I've done about 10 of these movements. So when you're done with that, we'll come into a child's pose. So again, you can do a hare's pose here, which is the Shashankasana, where your knees are closer together and you're sitting back. So your buttocks are going to sit on your heels, and then you'll extend your arms forward and your forehead touches the ground. If that's too much for the knees, you can always spread them out in a child's pose and then lower down the forehead. What we want to achieve here is having some stretch in the back. So try to give your back as good of a stretch as you can by extending your arms as far out as you can. Take a couple more breaths here. Now start moving your arms towards the right. So you're sliding them towards your right to get a stretch on the left side of the body. And keep breathing. Now come back to the center. Now slowly move towards the left side. Again, keep breathing. Stretch as far left as you can. Now let's come back to the center. Now come up into a tabletop position. So your back is neutral and your hands are directly, your wrist is directly under your shoulders. Now slide your left palm inwards a little bit. So it's almost, under your face. So you've moved it in a little bit, and then try to balance your weight on the left hand. And then we'll start lifting the right arm up towards the ceiling. So we're going to thread the needle. Now bring your right arm in between your left arm and your thighs and lower all the way down. So your right shoulder touches the ground, your gaze is towards the left side, your head is also on the ground. And keep breathing here. We'll include the transitioning breath in the practice now. When you're in a pose, you can continue to breathe normally. And we'll hold here for a bit so your shoulders can get a good stretch. Now with an inhale, bring your right arm up overhead and lower it down with an exhale. Now we'll shift our weight on the right side by moving the right palm a little bit inward so it's underneath our face. And now with an inhale, send your left arm up overhead and your gaze goes up. And with an exhale, thread the needle on the other side. So the left arm goes in between your right arm and your thighs, and then your head and your shoulders touch the ground. The left shoulder touches the ground. Keep breathing. Now, with an inhale, send your left arm up again. And with an exhale, lower it down. So now I'm going to get rid of my socks because we'll be doing a downward dog or Parvatasana movement now. So when you're done, you can, from the tabletop position, you can just start lifting both the knees at the same time and come into a Parvatasana or downward dog or Ardha Shwan Mukhasana. So your body looks like a triangle. Your buttocks are raised high, but then your spine is in a straight line, your legs are straight. So try to find the stabilization in this point. Now with an inhale, you send your right leg back and high. And with an exhale, bring the right knee to your right elbow. With an inhale, send it back. With an exhale, send your right knee to your left elbow. With an inhale, send it back. With an exhale, bring your right knee to nose. With an inhale, send the right leg back. And with the exhale, plant your right foot between your two palms and then rise up into a runner's lunge. And now we'll come into warrior one pose or Virabhadrasana one. So for this, you plant your knee, you plant your left heel on the ground. So like when you're facing this way, you'll plant it, but your hips are still facing forward, and then your arms are raised, and then start lowering down. So bend your right knee, but make sure that your right knee doesn't cross your right ankle, and you're facing forward. So this is the warrior one pose, and your gaze goes up. Now slowly come out of this and go into a warrior two. So in the warrior two, you'll extend both your arms on both sides, so towards front of the mat and back of the mat, and feel the pull as if you're being pulled. Both your hands are being pulled. And now reverse your warrior and do an extended side angle by bringing your right fingertips on the ground and the left hand goes up. Your gaze goes up. Again, come back into a warrior two. And then frame your right foot with both the hands. Send the right leg back and then put it on the ground, coming back into a downward dog or Parvatasana. Take a breath here. Now, then inhale, send your left leg back and exhale. Left knee to your left elbow. And then inhale, send it back. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, right, left knee to your nose. Inhale, send it back. Left foot plants between your two palms. And then rise up into a runner's lunge. So your back heel is lifted in the runner's lunge, but we'll slowly make it into a warrior one pose. So you lower down your heel, and then your toes are slightly turned. So they're not necessarily facing, for me towards the camera, but they're turned to about 30 degrees angle here. And your left toes, they keep pointing towards the front of the mat. And then you have a bend in your knee. So you can lower it down as much as is comfortable, but make sure that the left knee doesn't cross the left ankle. Your arms are raised, your hips are facing forward. So you join your palms and then your gaze goes up. Your right knee is straight, your left knee is bent. Warrior one. or Virabhadrasana 1. Now let's make it into a warrior 2 by opening your arms. So your feet remain where they were, your arms are extended on both sides, and your gaze is towards your right, or sorry, your left fingertips. Your knee, the front knee is still bent. Now reverse your warrior by bringing your left arm up and towards the back. And then do an extended side angle by having your left fingertips touching the ground and your right fingertips towards the ceiling, and your gaze is up towards the ceiling. Come back into a warrior 2. Now, framing your left foot, bend your left leg back, again into a Parvatasana. So let's remain in Parvatasana for a little bit and try to take a deep breath and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now let's come into a plank and lower down all the way. Now we'll do a Bhujangasana or a cobra pose. So first, you're completely on the ground on your tummy, and then start lifting your head and your chest and your abdomen, straightening your elbows. If it doesn't straighten fully, you can keep it bent, but your thighs remain on the ground. So try to just lift the upper body and your head tilts back. So your throat also opens up. Again, look at how flexible your back is. Don't stretch too much because it's our first Bhujangasana, so your elbows can remain bent. And continue to breathe here. Now let's go into a child's pose from here. So again, lifting your buttocks, and then your your hands remain where they were, and you're sitting back. Now come forward into a Bhujangasana or a cobra pose. Again, with an exhale, go back into a child's pose. Inhale, come forward, cobra pose. Exhale, child's pose. Let's flow through these movements. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, cobra, and exhale, child's pose. Inhale, cobra pose, and let's hold. Now let's go back into the child's pose and hold. Now let's come forward all the way on the ground. So your chin is also on the ground. So your palms can remain next to you, or they can be towards the top of the mat. Now we'll do Superman pose or Viparit Naukasana or reverse boat pose. So in this one, your chin is on the ground. You're all the way on the ground, but you'll start with an inhale, you start lifting both the arms and the legs off the ground. Exhale down, inhale, come up, and exhale down. Inhale, raising your arms and your chin off the floor. Exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. Now we'll do Dhanurasana or bow pose. So you can bring your arms back to be on the side, on your side. And then bend your right leg and your left leg. Your chin can remain on the ground. So now we'll slowly start grabbing our ankles with our hand. So the right hand will grab the right ankle and the left hand will grab the left ankle. So this will lift your chin off the ground. Your chest is coming off the ground. So only the area around your belly button will remain on the ground. Your thighs will come off as well as we take an inhale. Now continue to breathe when you're in the pose. So your arms are getting stretched because your legs are pulling them towards themselves. Try to find your balance here. Your gaze is towards the front, but keep breathing. Hold it as long as is comfortable. Now slowly lower down. Again, your chin touches the ground. We'll do another round of Dhanurasana or bow pose. So again, grabbing your ankles with your hands and lifting both your um, upper half, upper body and the lower body at the same time. So take an inhale here, exhale, and with an inhale, raise up. So just the belly button is on the ground or, the area around it. You're done. You can slowly lower down. And again, using your arms for support, let's come into a child's pose as a counter pose to what we just did. Now, when you're done, we'll be doing another counter pose, which is called Janu Shirasana, which is a forward bend pose. So you can extend both your legs out and you are in a seated position. Try to keep your spine upright. So you're sitting straight, your knees are not bent, and your back is also not bent. So don't tuck your tailbone under. We'll rise up and we'll do a forward bend. So when you're bending forward, go as per what your flexibility allows. Um, Try not to put pressure on the back. So with an inhale, we'll raise our arms up, and with an exhale, we'll bend forward. If you're able to touch the toes, you can touch the toes. If you're able to reach till here, reach till here. Um, if you're able to have your forehead touch your knees, that's great. But if not, make sure there's no pain in your back or in your knees or in your hamstrings. So we are trying to give our spine a counter movement to what we just did in the Dhanurasana and Viparit Naukasana and also Bhujangasana. Child's pose is one counter pose, and then so is this Janu Shirasana. Now, when you're done, you can slowly rise up, and then we'll do some inner thigh stretches before moving into sun salutation sequence. So stretch your left leg towards the left side. You can bend your right leg, and then we're trying to stretch our inner thighs. So we'll try to reach out to our left toe with the left fingertips, keeping the knee straight, and feel the stretch. Feel the stretch as you're bending forward, but again, go as per your own, how your body allows. Try not to put strain on your back. Feel the stretch. As you bend further forward, you'll feel the stretch a little more. Continue to breathe. Now, when you're done, you can slowly bring the left leg in and then extend the right leg. So your right leg is extended towards the side, and then with an inhale, rise up taller, and then exhale, try to bend towards the right. So your right fingertips touch the right toe, and your right knee is straight. and feel the stretch on the inside of the right thigh. Now, when you're done, come up, and now we'll actually extend both the legs and we'll try to bend forward. So, first, you're standing tall, you're sitting tall, and then start walking your fingertips out, keeping both the knees straight, and try not to round your spine too much. So you're coming forward, but trying to keep that upper body straight. You see how much you can bend. Maybe you can't. Maybe it's just a tiny bit you can, but feel the stretch in your inner thighs. Don't overdo it. Um, it's better to take it slower than trying to stretch our body beyond the limits for all the poses. You can close your eyes and keep breathing and imagining that your inner thigh muscles are getting stretched out. Now, when you're done, come sit straight. We'll do a pigeon pose before moving to the sun salutation sequence. So that's one last pose on the mat for now. So for the pigeon pose, use whichever way you want to get into the pose. You can go into a downward dog first, and then extend your right leg, and then bring it forward to put it on the ground as you start lowering your left side. So basically, you want to get the right glute stretch. So your front foot, if you can keep your shin parallel to the front top of the mat for you, like I'm just turning this way to give you a better view, maybe, and you're just sitting on it. So go as low as you can. If you can just come till here, you can stay here. If you want to lower down into on your elbows, so I'll again turn this way. So if you want to lower down on your elbows, you can do that. If you want to lower all the way down, putting your forehead on the ground, you can do that. And keep breathing. It's a really good stretch for glutes. Keep breathing. When you're done, you can start coming out of the pose. Again, if you want to go back into the downward dog and stretch the right leg back and come back. And now stretch the left leg back and then bring it forward to sit in the pigeon pose on the left side. So your right knee is on the ground, your right thighs come on the ground as well, slowly, as much as you can bring it. And you're almost like sitting on your left hip without tilting towards the left. And then if you can bring your shin almost parallel to the top of the mat, that's great. If not, it can remain slightly bent. And feel the stretch in your left glutes. And you can lower down as much as is comfortable. If you want to again remain on on your hands, you can do that. If you want to come on your forearms, you can do that. If you want to just stretch all the way, you can do that too. Keep breathing. And when you're done, you can come and sit. So come to a seated position, and then you can slowly start rising up and come to a standing. I'll do a quick time check here to make sure we are on time. So now let's go into our sun salutation sequence. So we'll start at the top of the mat, and you're standing straight. Try to balance your weight on your both feet. Now for the sun salutations, bring your feet close to each other. So both the feet are joined. With an inhale, bring your hands to your heart center in a namaskar position. Exhale here. With an inhale, raise your arms up overhead and bend backwards, keeping your glutes engaged and your core engaged. Now, with an exhale, bend forward, hinging from the hips and not putting pressure on the back. So as you're bending forward, try to just hinge from the hips, keeping the lower body static, and then also the upper body can try to remain in a straight line. And then with an inhale, send your right leg back, Ashwasanchalanasan or equestrian pose. So you're facing towards your front, your right knee is on the ground, Ashwasanchalanasan, as if you're riding a horse. Now with an exhale, send your left leg back to meet your right leg, downward dog or Parvatasan. Inhale, come into a plank. Exhale, lower down, chin, knee, and chest touch the ground. Ashtang Namaskar. Now lower all the way down. Inhale, Bhujangasana or Cobra pose. Exhale, come back into Parvatasana, downward dog. Inhale, bring your left leg forward and plant between the two palms. Ashwasanchalanasan. Exhale, bring your right leg forward, forward fold. Your fingertips can touch the toes or they can touch the ground. Now inhale, bring your arms in the same level as your ears, and then start hinging from the hip to come up and back, backward bend, and exhale. Hands come to heart center. So when you're lifting up, again, make sure you're not putting pressure on your low back. So make sure you're doing it slow the first time till you get in the habit of um, doing it the right way. I'm going to wear my socks again and I'll continue the sequence on the other side on the carpet because the mat is a little slippery for me. So let's inhale, bring your hands to your heart center, exhale here. Inhale, raise your arms up, overhead and back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, send your left leg back, Ashwasanchalanasan or equestrian pose. Now exhale, send the right leg back to meet the left, Parvatasana or downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chin, knee, chest. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, bring the right leg forward, Ashwasanchalanasan or equestrian pose. Exhale, bring the left leg forward, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Go up and back. And exhale, hands to heart center. So this is one round. We'll do a couple more rounds of sun salutations. So inhale, raise your arms up and back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg goes back. Equestrian pose or Ashwasanchalanasan. Exhale, left leg goes back. Downward dog or Parvatasan. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower down, chin, knee, chest. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg comes forward, Ashwasanchalanasan or equestrian pose. Exhale, right leg comes forward, forward fold. Inhale, hands to your ears and then up. Rise up, hinging from the hip. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up and back. Backward bend. Exhale, forward fold or Padhastasana. Inhale, left leg goes back, equestrian pose or Ashwasanchalanasan. Exhale, right leg goes back, Parvatasana or downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, Ashtang Namaskar, chin knee chest. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward dog or Pavatasana. Inhale, right leg comes forward. Equestrian pose, Ashwasanchalanasan. Exhale, left leg comes forward, forward bend or Padhastasana. Inhale, rise up. Hastuttanasana, backward bend. And exhale, hands to heart center, Namaskar position. So this was the second round. Now let's do another round. So your hands are at the heart center. Inhale, raise your arms up and back. Hastuttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Padhastasana. Inhale, right leg goes back. Equestrian pose, Ashwasanchalanasan. Exhale, left leg goes back. Parvatasana. Downward dog or mountain pose. Inhale, forward in a plank. Exhale, chin knee chest, Ashtang Namaskar. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg comes forward. Ashwasanchalanasan. Exhale, right leg comes forward. Forward fold. Inhale, arms come to the ears level, and then hinging from the hip, rise up. Hastuttanasana or backward bend. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Now, last half of it remaining. So hands at the heart center. Inhale, raise your arms up and back. Exhale, forward fold, Padhastasana. Inhale, left leg goes back, equestrian pose or Ashwasanchalanasan. Exhale, right leg goes back, downward dog, Parvatasana. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chin knee chest, Ashtang Namaskar. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg comes forward, Ashwasanchalanasan or equestrian pose. Exhale, left leg comes forward, forward fold. Inhale, rise up and back. Exhale, your hands come to your heart center. So you can slowly start to shake your legs. And then you'll come into a Tadasana. So in the Tadasana, balance your weight on both feet. Your feet can remain hip width apart. Your palms are facing forward and they're open. Your weight is equally distributed on your both legs. Wait for your heart rate to come back to normal. And close your eyes. So between the front and the back of your feet, your weight is equally distributed. And try to deepen your breath. So when you feel balanced and relaxed, we'll raise our arms up as we lift our heel. So it's a variation of Tadasana. So from this balanced pose, start lifting your hands and your heel at the same time. So for a count of three, we'll reach up. So 1, 2, and 3, and hold here for 6 seconds. Now lower down. You can bring your shoulders. You can bring your arms back and then lower them down, just to give your shoulders some more movement. So again, with an inhale for a count of 3, rise up. So your heels are lifted, so you're standing on your toes, and your arms are stretched up. So try to get a big stretch and hold here. Keep breathing. You're just holding the pose. Oops. Now lower down, bringing your arms down sideways. We'll do one more of it. Inhale. For a count of 3, reach up. Now here, just hold the pose and keep breathing. Stretch, big stretch. Now slowly lower down. Now we'll do some side bends and then we'll do Vakrasana. So we'll do Vakrasana and Ardha Kati Chakrasana. So mostly side bends and then twist, some spinal twist. So with an inhale, raise your right arm up overhead and exhale, bend towards your left side. Your gaze can go towards your right fingertips and feel the stretch in the right side of the body. We're holding here for a few more seconds. Now slowly come up with an inhale and exhale, lower your hand down. Now inhale, bring your left arm up overhead and with an exhale, bend towards your right side. Keep breathing. Now inhale, bring your arm up and exhale down. Now we'll do the spinal twist. So with an inhale, bring both the arms towards your front at a shoulder height. Now with an exhale, we'll twist towards the right side. So when we exhale, engage your core and keep the same distance between your palms. So when you're twisting towards your right side, your palms have the same distance as it started. And your lower body is still facing towards the front. So it's a spinal twist. Go as far back as you can comfortably. Your gaze is also towards the right side. You're holding here for a few more seconds. Now, when you're done, you can inhale, come back to center. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, twist towards the left side. Keep breathing. Now inhale, come back to center and exhale it down. So you can shake your legs and let me do another time check. I think we should start winding down. So make your way to the mat again. We'll do some seated stretches before doing the shavasana. So you can come into an easy seated position, cross-legged, called Sukhasana. If you feel like sitting in lotus pose, you can sit in that. So for this, you'll lift your right foot and bring it close to your left hip, and then lift your left foot and bring your left heel close to your right. Yeah. So again, as your body allows, I'm sitting in the easy seated position. And now bring your fingertips to your shoulders. And we'll start rotating. We'll do some shoulder rotation. So let's start rotating clockwise 5 times, bringing your elbows close together and touching when they come towards the front of you. And make as big circles as you can when you are rotating. So 5 clockwise, 5 anti-clockwise. Feel the stretch and keep breathing. You should be inhaling when your elbows are going back and exhaling when they are coming close together. Now, when you're done with that, let's do some neck movements. So with an inhale, you bend your neck. Sorry, you twist your neck. Look at the right side. Look over your right shoulder. Continue to breathe and feel the stretch in your neck. You're holding here for about 6 seconds. When you're done, bring it to center with an exhale. Inhale, twist to your left side. And exhale. Bring to center. Now look up and drop your head back. Um, Bring your head to center and then bend forward. If you have any issues in your neck or upper back and you're not advised to do these by your doctor, please don't do them. If you have cervical issues or you face dizziness when you're bending back, please don't do them. So go with your body and then now bend your neck towards the right side. So your right ear comes close to your right shoulder. And we'll use inhalation for transitioning into this, but then keep breathing normally. Now with an exhale, come to center and inhale, bend towards your left side. Now inhale, come back to center. Now you can rotate your shoulders a little bit. We want to do some neck rotation. So start rotating your neck clockwise. Again, goes very slow. We'll do it 3 times in a clockwise direction, but only if you don't have any conditions of the neck and upper back that prevents you from doing this. If that's the case, please do not do them. Once you're done with 3 rotations, rotate them anti-clockwise 3 times, going slow. Now, when you're done, let's transition into a shavasana. So for the shavasana, keeping your legs straight and you're lying down on your back, your feet are separated. Your feet are actually falling to the side and your legs are separated. Your arms are by your side, palms face up, and you're fully relaxed in this pose. Don't hold any tension anywhere. Just let your body be loose and sink into the ground. And keep breathing normally. Don't put any efforts in breathing deeply either. So this is Shavasana. Keep your eyes closed and let your body be relaxed and absorb the benefits of what you've done in this 1 hour of practice. We'll start relaxing our toes. So we'll be scanning the body and trying to bring relaxation to the entire body. We're starting from the toes, feel them relaxing, the feet, the ankles, your shin bone, calf muscles, your knees. Just let them become heavy and fall onto the ground. Your thighs, hamstring, back of the knee, your hips, buttocks, lower abdomen, low back, your mid back, and the upper back, your chest, abdomen, shoulders, Just feel the relaxation. Your fingertips are relaxed, arms, the top of the hands, the wrists, forearms, elbows, shoulders, the neck. The neck is relaxing, chin. Loosen your jaw, your lips, cheek. Your eyes are relaxed, your ears, your forehead is relaxed. But loosen the tension between your eyebrows. Your head is relaxed. Imagine getting a head massage. Your entire body is relaxed. Deep breathing. And experience the silence within and around. When you're ready, wiggle your toes, your fingertips, fingers. Give yourself a big morning stretch, raising your arms up overhead, keeping your eyes closed, bend towards your right side. Sorry, turn towards your right side and come into a seated position by taking the support of your left arm. Again, the eyes are closed and come into a seated position. It's an easy seated position, and your hands can sit in a Gyan Mudra, where your index fingertip is touching your tip of your thumb, and the other three fingers are straight. Your palms face up, your elbows can have a bend, and your eyes are closed. Continue to take a couple more deep breaths. Now we'll do just a few rounds of Anulom Vilom or alternate nostril breathing pranayam. So for this, you can lift your right hand and then make a mudra with your right hand where your index finger and your middle finger is bent and they touch the base of the thumb. So they are bent inside. The other two, the ring finger and the pinky finger, they are close together, touching each other, but straight out. And then your thumb is also out. So you'll use your right thumb to block your right nostril, and you'll use your right um, ring finger and pinky finger to block your left nostril. So we'll be alternating the two nostrils to take our breaths. So when you get a chance, so first follow the breathing pattern with me. So block your right nostril with the thumb and take an inhale through the left nostril. Now block your left nostril and exhale through the right. Now inhale through the right and exhale through the left. This is one round of Anulom Vilom. or alternate nostril breathing. We'll do about 3 to 5 of these. Try to make them as elongated as possible. So to increase the duration, and your inhale and your exhale should be of the same duration. So to count as you're inhaling through your left nostril. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Now we'll remove our hand and take the breath in and out through both the nostrils. You can exhale through your mouth as well. Now we'll chant Om once. Take a deep breath in. Om. Bring your hands to your heart center and rub your palms together. That's okay. Your eyes and touch your hands, keeping the eyes closed. I want to thank you for joining me for the practice. Namaste.